I gave away my husband's dog behind his back. 3 months ago, my husband, 30M, brought home a dog after I said no. We have 2 daughters together who are 5 and 6 months, and when our oldest was born, he would never change a diaper. If he knew I was coming home in less than a few hours, he would let our daughter sit and waste until I came home to change her. This happened until she started getting severe diaper rash, and he finally started helping. I'm sharing this to show that I knew from day one I would be stuck caring for this dog. My daughters and I loved him, but the problem set in when I started helping too much. This is a continuous issue. The moment I offer him help with a chore, he drops the load permanently. The dog is not potty trained yet, so accidents happen. I started picking up after the dog when I saw it, which led to my husband making it my job, and he would sit in the room with dog poop on the floor and act like he didn't see it until I came in. Even if we did not have kids, I would be angry with this, but having kids makes it so much worse. The last time he left the mess on the floor, our 5-year-old had stepped in it and climbed onto our light-colored couch. I would come home from work and have to take care of 2 kids, my husband, and now a dog. I got fed up very quickly with this routine, as adding another life to take care of made me reach my breaking point. My last straw was when I was in the dining room folding laundry and suddenly got this bad feeling. I gave away my husband's dog behind his back. Update: I walked into the living room to see my girl with her face in the dog's while he was baring his teeth at her. He had gotten into the trash and had food. I saw red. My husband was watching TV right in front of this. I was just so overwhelmed. I had tried explaining to my daughter so many times that an animal cannot be trusted like that no matter what. She is only 5, so I am not blaming her, but this was one of my biggest fears about having an animal. My husband kept saying nothing happened, so I shouldn't freak out, and that Peeper is a sweetheart. I knew then the dog had to go, not because of anything he did, but because our household couldn't handle him. We had many arguments about rehoming him, but he refused. He said I would break my daughter's heart if I gave our dog away, and they would never forgive me. I knew a friend looking for a dog and rehomed him anyways. I took off work to drop him off and told my daughter to say goodbye because he had to go. She only cried for 10 minutes before talking about how excited she was to tell Grandma about Peeper's new home. When my husband got home, he completely lost it. He cried, which doesn't happen often. After arguing, he started completely ignoring me. A few days later, my daughter, who had not even mentioned Peeper since rehoming him, came up to me crying and said I am heartless and cold. I've never heard her use the word heartless ever in her life. I know I should have given my husband a chance to say goodbye, but if I had told him the dog would still be in our house right now, I am going to divorce my husband. I have tried before, back when my first child was a baby. I am not from the United States, which I think many people assume. Divorce for me is very hard to obtain. Even if I get the divorce, my husband still has a strong chance at partial custody. When the diaper rash happened with my first baby, I tried to go to my doctor, but was instantly met with, "Why were you not home sooner? Why were you not with her?" My husband was never expected to help me, and I'm the crazy one for thinking he should. Even my own parents did not support me. A common thing I was told was that I signed up for this life when I decided to be a mother. We tried therapy, and I got told that I have PPD, so I'm not thinking right. My husband has endangered my children more times than I can count. Because of this, I gave up my social life so I can stay home with them constantly. To this day, my husband has never been left alone with them since my first was a few months. I was on BC when I had my second child. She was not planned. The only reason I still had an active relationship with my husband was because that is seen as a duty for me. If I am not engaging, then there is something wrong with me. People may say I am weak for abiding by this lifestyle, but this is the culture where I live. I kept the dog for as long as I did because at first I thought having him would be a distraction to my husband, so I would not have to deal with him as intensely. That proved wrong. I wish I could get rid of my husband as easily as I could the dog, but unfortunately I cannot. Many people reached out to me with resources specific to where I live. Thank you for that. I owe you my life. I may seem selfish for staying as long as I have, but I saw it as the only way I could be there for my kids 100% of the time. My biggest fear is my husband getting them, even for a day.